Hey, what's up, folks, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're reviewing this series that is going to be dropping on Hulu as a Hulu original, January 22nd. And this series, I was about to say this film, and this series is The Sister. Now, it's a 4-episode miniseries, and quite frankly, it has already released. It's not here in America. It's released back on in October on ITV in the UK. So yes, there is reviews out of this already, but yes, this British psychological thriller series, miniseries, is going to be coming to Hulu as a Hulu original in January this year, January 22nd. And checked it out, all 4 episodes, and I have a lot of thoughts, to be honest. Number one, I like the performances of the cast here. Russell Tovey, who plays Nathan, Bertie Carvel, who plays Bob, who's just the entire time this guy gives me the creeps. Like, super chilling voice, and I'm not sure if that's really his voice or not, but either way, like, it fit the role, and it absolutely fit his whole demeanor and psychology this entire series. I keep wanting to say movie, but entire series. And then Amrita Acharia, who plays Holly, who is the sister here, which we'll talk about in a second, really takes you on an emotional roller coaster. I mean, you can't help but to sympathize with her. And you know what? Like, considering everything that's happening in this series, like, the one thing that I can't help but to like inject, even though it's not really brought up in the series, is mental health. You see that all 3 of these, the 3 of these characters are truly suffering from all different types of mental health issues, grieving, depression, anxiety, all types of things are happening here. So you just can't help but to sympathize with them in certain ways, despite your viewpoints on who's actually right and who's wrong here, because there's some crazy stuff that's happening. But anyway, what's happening is Nathan, who's just he's been holding a secret for a very long time, until Bob shows up at his door one day, which was an unwanted guest, shall I say, and he's here to tell him that, well, some things of your past are getting ready to catch up to you. And what basically happens is that it puts Nathan in a really difficult situation. And like, I know the synopsis, but I don't really want to go about it, because some of this stuff I feel like I would have left out of the synopsis, but I get it that you kind of want to lure people into what's kind of happening in the series. And it's 4 episodes, so like, you know, like 4 episodes, 45 minutes, like, you know, like a lot is being crammed into it, but like, I don't want to give away too much. But like, it puts Nathan in a difficult situation of him really having to decide to kind of, how is he going to move on from the past? Bob's pretty persistent on not letting that happen, and Nathan's pretty persistent on trying to ignore it. So you're seeing Nathan really have to go back down memory lane of a tragic night that he had that affected everybody at hand: Holly, Bob, Nathan, and so on. So it's a really, really interesting series, because you're having your detective hat on. You kind of want to know how this all is going to unravel. You are absolutely pointing the blame at people, but you're really not sure exactly how it's all going to work out. You're seeing all types of different emotions, all types of different suspense is going on. It's not like, at times do you think it is predictable, like it's really not. Like, yes, there's going to be some things that you are for sure was going to happen, but like, there was even super minor things that I really rarely ever see in series that happens that didn't happen in this, that I thought was really cool. Like, that level of unpredictability was also in this series. And again, you're going to be, for being a psychological thriller, you're definitely going to be right there invested, wondering, you know, what's going to happen next, and trying to solve things for your own. At the same time, too, because this was on ITV in the UK, this British series, it's 45 minutes, and you're going to notice commercial cuts while watching this, because if you have the Hulu plan with no commercials, obviously, or just, you know, even the ones where it's one before and one after, you're going to see like commercial breaks within the editing of this. So just so you know, again, it released back in the UK back in October, but again, coming to America for the first time in January. But nonetheless, like, I love the story it was telling. I don't think it was predictable. I love the acting and so on, but I felt like sometimes, like, you know, it at times it got mellow, so the action wasn't at its peak at times. Nathan, who's played by Russell again, his character was a really hard follow at times because, like, you know, the show wants you to sympathize with him at times it wants you to like hate him, and you're obviously thinking he's dead wrong in some of his actions and decisions. So it's a complete tug of war of that character, and it's super difficult at times because you just don't know what side you want to be on this conflict. At the same time too, you're all the way team Holly on this because Holly is just going through everything, and you're just seeing her really being a strong woman for herself, for her family, and the tragedy that they had to endure, and so on. So like, you really root for Holly this entire time, and then Bob is just completely sadistic in just everything he does. But even times with him, you're just like, you know what? I like that Bob guy. So it's like it's really crazy because at surface level, there's a plot going on, and you're really trying to solve that. But at the same time, too, you're also trying to solve, like, who are these characters? Who are these people? Like, what happened on that really tragic night that changed all of these people's lives? So all that type of stuff kind of happens in this. Oh, and I haven't even mentioned, when you're talking about the lines of creepy, they even tap into some supernatural stuff that happens in this series. So, like, yeah, there's a lot for you that's going to be in store. So, like, yeah, well, wait and see. Again, it's 4 episodes. It's about 45 minutes. Again, it would be an hour with commercials, but it's 45 minutes on Hulu. And I would say for the 4 episodes, it was an easy binge, but like, I hate to say it, but I kind of wish there was probably one more episode. I can see, you know, how many people could be wanting more for sure. I can see why and how, the reason why they executed it and ended it the way they did. But, you know, we're in this era, man. Everybody wants 8 to 10 episodes of everything. So, like, when you go to the miniseries, it's always like that thirst for more. And I've just been a huge fan of British television. And anytime we get some, I'm just automatically waiting to see, you know, the crave and the hype that we are finally being able to see. So, and then when you get it, you're just like, I want more. You know what I mean? So. But hey, you know, you beggars can't be choosers. So at the same time, too, check this out. It's going to be, releasing again January 22nd. All 4 episodes on Hulu as a Hulu original. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this film when you check it out. If you've seen the trailer, does it pique your interest? Like, it has to, because it's super leery, and it's super, like, again, you're going to be very, very curious of, like, what in the world is happening and what's going to happen. So definitely let me know in the comments what you thought. And as always, folks, stay tuned because more reviews are coming really soon. Thank you for watching.